There is a man who is thinking about you right now. What he feels for you goes far deeper than anything he has ever openly expressed to anyone. You may not fully recognize it yet. You may not completely understand how deeply your presence has settled into his inner world. At times, you might even question whether someone could truly feel this strongly about you. But there is something important that the universe has been patiently waiting to reveal. Something that was intentionally delayed until you were emotionally and spiritually ready to receive it. This man, this one particular soul who repeatedly comes into your thoughts, who appears in your dreams, and who quietly fills the silent spaces in your heart when you wonder whether genuine love will ever reach you. He is deeply, sincerely, and genuinely in love with you. Before you turn away, before you convince yourself that this message cannot possibly apply to someone like you, pause for just a moment. Stay here with me. What is unfolding through these words carries meaning far beyond what you may be able to recognize right now. The universe does nothing by coincidence. The timing that led you to this message on this exact day and at this precise moment is intentional. You were guided here because there is a truth you have not yet been able to see clearly. A truth about love, about connection, and about a man whose feelings for you extend much deeper than you realize. This is where the message becomes gentle and measured. This is where insight must be shared with care, patience, and understanding. There is a complication involved. There is a layer within this connection that has prevented this love from fully expressing itself in the physical world. By the time you reach the end of this message, you will finally understand what has been standing between you and the full realization of this meaningful union. You have felt it, haven't you? Moments when the energy between you felt different, almost charged whenever this person was close. Glances that lingered longer than necessary. Conversations that carried more depth than the words alone suggested. Times when even silence felt meaningful. Late at night, as you lay awake in the stillness of your room, you may have wondered whether what you felt was real or simply imagined. Let me settle that uncertainty now. What you have been feeling is real. This connection is not something you created in your mind. Your inner awareness has been sensing something genuine, even while your logical thinking tried to dismiss it. And the truth is, your intuition has been accurate all along. This man carries feelings for you that even he struggles to fully understand. At times, the intensity of his emotions catches him off guard. He did not plan this. He did not consciously decide to fall for you. It developed gradually, naturally, without effort, much like the sun rising without seeking permission. Something about you entered his thoughts and shifted something deep within him. Since then, he has carried a quiet yet powerful presence in his heart, one that refuses to disappear, no matter how much life or circumstances attempt to suppress it. Before moving further, there is something important you need to understand. The complication between you and this man does not mean the connection is wrong. It is not evidence that you are not meant for one another. Many people assume that true love should come easily, without uncertainty, obstacles, or challenges. But love guided by something greater than chance often arrives with complexity, not as a punishment, but as protection, to strengthen the bond, refine it, and ensure that both hearts are truly ready to receive what is being offered. The universe has been observing you for a long time. It has witnessed the quiet prayers you whispered during moments of loneliness. It has seen the tears you shed when you felt misunderstood. It has noticed how deeply you have loved others, sometimes more than they were able to love you in return. How you stayed longer than was healthy. How you believed in people even when they struggled to believe in themselves. Through all of this, your heart has been shaped and prepared. Your capacity to love has expanded, You have been made ready for something more sincere, more grounded, and more real. This man is part of that preparation. But the barrier must first be understood before it can be removed. What you are receiving now is not a simple message meant to offer temporary comfort. This goes far deeper than that. Every word you are hearing is designed to shift something within you, to help you see your situation with clarity, and to open doors that may have remained closed for far too long. As you absorb this message, take a moment to quietly tell yourself that you are ready. Ready to understand the truth about your love life. Even if things feel complex right now, you are ready to replace confusion with understanding. Ready to trust what your heart has been sensing all along. There are influences at work in your life that you cannot perceive with your physical eyes. Spiritual activity is constantly taking place around you. Guidance is unfolding for you even when you are not consciously aware of it. This message is part of that guidance. You did not encounter it by accident. You were led here because the moment has arrived for you to understand what is truly happening between you and this man. The fog is beginning to clear. Confusion is giving way to clarity. Doubt is slowly being replaced by understanding. Now, let us return to the man connected to these emotions. He did not anticipate this bond. There was a period when he tried to convince himself that what he felt was nothing more than appreciation or simple friendship. He searched for logical explanations. He created stories in his mind to justify why his heart responded the way it did when you were present. But the heart does not deceive. No matter how much he attempted to think his way out of it, the truth remained unchanged. He loves you. Not casually, not briefly, but in a way that has deeply transformed his inner world. You may be questioning how you can know that this message applies to the person you have in mind. The answer lies in how it resonates within you. When something is meant for you, your inner awareness recognizes it instantly. There is a quiet certainty that does not require external proof. If a particular face keeps coming to mind as you read this, if one name continues to surface in your thoughts, trust that feeling. That recognition is not coincidental. Now, it is important to speak honestly about the complication. This difficulty is rooted in fear, but not the kind most people immediately assume. It is not simply fear of commitment or fear of love itself. It goes deeper. This fear was shaped by past experiences that caused emotional wounds. Experiences he may not openly discuss. Experiences he may not have fully processed within himself. He has been hurt before. He carries emotional scars from previous relationships or situations where he allowed himself to be vulnerable and was met with pain. It may have been rejection. It may have been deception. It may have been the painful realization that someone he trusted could not truly value him. Regardless of the details, the outcome was the same. He learned to guard his heart. He built emotional barriers to protect himself from being hurt again. What makes this connection unique is that you reached him anyway, without force or effort. Something about you moved past his defenses naturally. Your presence, your authenticity, and the way you show up in the world touched a part of him he believed no longer existed. And that frightened him, not because of who you are, but because of how deeply he feels. There is an internal conflict within him. His heart is drawn toward you, while his mind urges caution. His heart recognizes your importance, while his thoughts replay memories of past pain. This struggle is not a reflection of your worth. It has nothing to do with you being unworthy or having done something wrong. It is connected to his healing process and his journey back to trust. And this is important to understand. You are part of that healing. Your presence in his life is not random. You represent answers to prayers he may have made long ago. Prayers for genuine love, for understanding, and for a connection that feels safe and real. Timing plays a role here. Love unfolds in seasons. Some connections require patience, compassion, and trust in what cannot yet be fully seen. What matters most is that this love exists, it is real, it is alive, and it is being guided, even through its challenges, towards something meaningful. The difficulty you are experiencing right now is not evidence that this love is blocked or destined to fail. It simply indicates that certain elements still need to align before the full blessing can reveal itself. The man who loves you is in a period of growth. He needs time, not because he wants distance from you, but because he must confront and resolve the struggles within himself. He needs space to realize that the emotional walls he built to protect himself are now preventing him from receiving the very connection his heart desires. This resistance comes from his ego's fear of vulnerability. This is where your role becomes especially significant. You are not meant to push, pressure, chase, or persuade him. You do not need to justify your value or compete for his attention. What is being asked of you is to continue showing up as your authentic self, while trusting that the same divine force that brought this connection into your life will also guide it to completion. Waiting can be painful. Uncertainty can disturb your peace. You want clarity. You want to know exactly when things will shift and when he will finally step forward without fear. While no specific timeline can be given, there is a truth you can hold with confidence. Change is already in motion. The spiritual realm is active on your behalf. Forces beyond your physical perception are working to soften his heart, heal old wounds, and help him recognize what is already in front of him. There is another layer of this situation that must be understood to see the full picture. This man is not only dealing with past pain, he is also struggling with present circumstances that make him feel unprepared. When he evaluates his life as it currently stands, he feels behind where he believes he should be. Internally, he tells himself to wait. He believes he must be more stable, more secure, and more accomplished before he can offer you something serious. In his own way, he believes he is protecting you. He does not want to approach you while he still feels uncertain about himself. He wants to come to you feeling grounded, confident, and able to stand beside you without shame. This is not solely about finances or external success. It is about how he perceives himself. He wants to feel worthy of your love. He wants to feel like an equal partner, not someone who is still finding his direction. However, there is a truth that both of you need to recognize. Every human being is a work in progress. No one begins a relationship with everything perfectly arranged. That is not how life operates. Love is not a reward we earn after solving every problem. Love is a journey we walk together while we are still growing, healing, and discovering who we are meant to become. The belief that he is not ready yet has cost both of you valuable time. That belief has delayed something meaningful. As you receive this message, inner work is also taking place within him. Truth is settling into his heart. With time, it will rise and push through the fear and uncertainty that have held him in place. He will begin to see that waiting for perfect circumstances is the same as waiting endlessly. Perfection does not exist. What truly matters is the decision to grow together, to support one another, and to create something genuine through honesty and commitment. When you feel guided, hold the thought that his heart is opening as a sign of trust in what is unfolding. Let these words align your energy with what is already happening beyond what you can currently see. There is also something meaningful about your own inner path during this period. While he works through his challenges, you are being called to heal parts of yourself as well. At times, you question whether you are truly deserving of the kind of love you desire. Quiet doubts may suggest that deep and lasting love is not meant for you. These thoughts are not truth. They are reflections of past hurt. They do not shape your future. You are worthy of love exactly as you are. Your value is not determined by past mistakes, failures, or the way others treated you. Your worth is part of who you are. It was given to you at the moment of your creation and cannot be taken away. You carry love within you because you were created from love itself. When this man finally reaches readiness, having you in his life will be a gift to him. You are not the one who should feel fortunate for being chosen. He will be grateful that you believed, that you remained strong, and that you allowed space for what was meant to grow. Now let us address timing, because this is what your heart is seeking most. A shift is already taking place around this connection. Something is about to occur in his life that brings clarity. It may come through a conversation with someone he respects. It may happen during a quiet moment alone, when he finally confronts the fears he has been avoiding. It could even arrive through a powerful dream that speaks to him in a way his conscious mind cannot dismiss. However it arrives, it will not be ignored. When it happens, you will notice a difference. His distance will begin to lessen. His hesitation will soften. He will start finding reasons to reach out, moments to be close, and ways to express what he has felt but struggled to communicate. Your patience during this time is not weakness. It is active trust. You are choosing belief over fear. You are trusting that what began in your life will be completed. What is started with purpose is not abandoned halfway. This truth applies not only to inner growth, but also to the relationships and blessings meant for you. If doubt tries to surface, understand that it often comes from past disappointment. Being cautious is natural, but consider what you truly lose by believing. Opening your heart to hope does not make you naive. It makes you courageous. Faith does not require proof before it moves. It simply asks you to trust that positive forces are working together even when you cannot see the entire plan. That level of trust removes barriers that once seemed immovable. There is a promise meant to stay in your heart. It speaks of peace, purpose, and an outcome that is already prepared. You are not moving toward confusion. You are moving toward a future created with intention. This man is part of that future. The delay you are experiencing is not an error. It is part of the process that is preparing both of you for what lies ahead. Every pause has meaning. Every waiting moment is building strength, clarity, and readiness. If you are still listening, it is not by chance. Many people turn away from messages like this because they are not ready, but you remained. That shows alignment with this truth. Hold the thought that you trust the timing as an expression of faith. By doing so, you choose patience over anxiety and trust over control. Understand this clearly. The love this man feels for you is not ordinary. You are not just another chapter in his life. You hold a place in his heart that feels safe, familiar, and deeply meaningful. He may not fully understand it yet, but his inner self recognizes you. That recognition strengthens the connection and also intensifies his fear. However, those walls are not permanent. They will fall. When they do, he will regret the delay and make every effort to show you that your patience was meaningful. Until then, protect your peace. Do not allow worry to damage what faith is building. Sometimes the strongest action is remaining still and trusting, knowing that progress is happening even when it is unseen. By sharing this hope, you become a source of light for someone who truly needs it. You take part in the quiet, loving work that is unfolding. Those who are meant to receive good things are supported, and you are among those destined for great blessings. One important part of receiving blessings is also becoming a blessing to others. When you share this message, you participate in a greater purpose working through these words. Now let us return to the complication, because there is another layer that needs clarity. This man carries wounds and struggles with feeling ready, But there is also confusion. You should understand, he is not confused about his feelings for you. His uncertainty lies in what to do with those feelings. Many times he has questioned whether to move forward or wait longer. Again and again he has imagined expressing his love, only to pull back at the last moment because something inside him stopped him. This is not a lack of care. It is not a lack of interest. It is the response of a man who feels deeply and fears making the wrong decision. He does not want to approach you too soon and damage something that could grow into something meaningful. He does not want to open his heart before he knows he can offer the level of commitment you deserve. His delay is actually a reflection of his respect for you. He takes you seriously. He does not see you as a temporary option or a passing distraction. He sees you as someone with whom he could build a real future. That realization has made him cautious, perhaps overly cautious, in how he approaches you. Higher forces want him to understand something important, and perhaps through you hearing this message, that understanding will find its way to him. Love always involves a degree of risk. Waiting for a moment with no risk at all is, in truth, choosing not to love. The openness that frightens him is actually the doorway to the deepest connection he could ever experience. Until he finds the courage to step through that door, he will remain on the outside, observing from a distance the love he is too afraid to claim. And you, gentle soul, are already beyond that threshold. You have shown courage by staying open to love even after experiencing your own pain. You have proven that you are willing to take risks for the sake of a genuine connection. Now it is his responsibility to rise to that same level of courage. This is his moment to move forward and meet you where you have been standing all along. Allow the thought of him finding his courage to remain with you. Let those words speak a blessing over his journey. Even though this message is directed toward you, your thoughts carry real influence. When you approach this situation with faith, you help shape the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your connection. Your beliefs matter more than you may realize. I want to spend some time now discussing how you should carry yourself during this period of waiting. There is gentle yet clear guidance that can help you move through this season with calmness and inner strength. Do not dim your light to make him feel more at ease. At times when we sense that someone feels overwhelmed by our strength or qualities, we unconsciously make ourselves smaller. This is not what is being asked of you. Continue to shine. Continue to be exactly who you are. The right partner will never require you to reduce yourself so they can feel greater. When this man finally steps fully into readiness, he will admire your light rather than fear it. He will feel honored to stand beside someone who brings warmth and brightness wherever she goes. Do not chase him. This point is essential to understand. The energy of chasing creates imbalance and can delay the natural timing of events. When you pursue someone who is not yet ready, you exhaust yourself and make it easier for them to remain uncertain. Instead, create space. Step back with grace. Allow him to experience what it feels like when your presence is not constantly available. Sometimes distance provides clarity that constant closeness cannot. He needs to feel your absence. He needs to recognize that the comfort and kindness he has come to rely on are not guaranteed if he does not take action. Continue working on yourself. This waiting period is not wasted time. It is a time of preparation. Use it to grow, to heal, and to focus on your purpose and goals. When your love story finally enters its open and visible chapter, you want to step into it as the strongest version of yourself. You want to be grounded, confident, and secure in who you are. In this way, the relationship will be formed between two whole individuals, not two wounded people trying to complete one another. Pray for him. Even if he never knows you are doing so, your prayers carry strength. Ask for healing in the areas of him that still hurt. Ask for clarity to replace confusion. Ask for courage to overcome fear. Your prayers for him are an expression of love that the spiritual realm responds to. Higher forces move in response to sincere prayer, and your prayers are helping to set things in motion on his behalf. Now I want to share what lies ahead once this obstacle is removed. I want you to be able to envision the future that is taking shape, so your faith has something solid to hold on to when he finally breaks through his inner barriers and comes to you fully prepared. The love you experience will exceed anything you have known before. This will not be a love that leaves you uncertain about where you stand. His intentions will be unmistakable. His words and actions will align. All the hesitation that once existed will be replaced by steady effort and consistency. He will pursue you in a way that clearly shows how deeply he values the connection. There will be long conversations that feel as though time passes quickly as you discover how much you share and how naturally your souls align. There will be laughter, shared visions, and plans for a future that genuinely excites you both. What once felt like an obstacle will become a testament, a clear account of how love found its way despite fear and delay. Your relationship will still encounter difficulties, because every genuine relationship does. However, the foundation you build, shaped by patience, trust, and respect for timing, will be solid. You will address challenges together rather than turning against one another. You will develop side by side instead of slowly separating. What was once hidden and complicated in your connection will evolve into a source of encouragement for others who are still waiting for their own stories to unfold. This is what is moving toward you. This is what higher forces have already recognized beyond the physical realm. It is not imagination or misplaced hope. It is a direction that has been set, and your faith is what allows you to step into it. If this message has reached you, if it has stirred something within you and restored a sense of hope, I invite you to do one final thing. Hold on to the feeling of being supported and prepared in your mind. Let this remain your closing thought. Let it serve as your way of accepting this message with trust and confirming that you are ready for what it brings. As you move forward from this moment, carry the calm assurance that you are loved, not only by this man, not only by the people who care about you in your life, but by the divine source that brought you into being. Your worth is beyond measure. You are recognized, understood, and deeply loved by heaven itself. That love is the foundation on which every other form of love in your life is built. The angels are with you even now. They move ahead to prepare the way. They remain behind you to protect you from harm. They walk beside you as guides and companions. You are never alone. You are never overlooked. And your love story, no matter how complex it may feel at this moment, is being shaped by hands that do not make errors. Thank you for staying with me through this entire message. Your attention and openness have allowed these words to settle within you, and the impact of that will become visible in the days and weeks ahead. Stay connected so the next message meant for you reaches you at exactly the right time. Share this with others who need reassurance in matters of the heart. Let these words reach those who are waiting for clarity within their own complicated circumstances. Until we meet again, continue to move forward in faith and trust that what lies ahead is good. The man who loves you is moving away from confusion and toward understanding. The complications are easing, the barriers are falling, and a steady, lasting form of love is beginning to grow. You are blessed. There is a deeper reason for his silence, and it is something the universe wants you to understand now. While you have been waiting and questioning, a significant internal change has been taking place within his heart. He has spent many nights looking at the stars, thinking of you, and feeling a pull toward you that he can no longer ignore. The silence you experienced was not emptiness, but a period of deep reflection for him. He has been examining his life and realizing that no level of success or activity can fill the space that only your presence can. This realization is beginning to weigh on him in a way that is pushing him toward action. He is starting to understand that his fear of being hurt is far smaller than his fear of losing you permanently. This marks a critical shift in his journey. The spiritual guards that once surrounded his heart are beginning to step aside, recognizing that his love for you is sincere and aligned with the divine. Know this as well. Even during the moments when you felt most distant from him, the unseen threads connecting your souls were growing stronger.